The roar of the crowd, the thrill of the game, the pride of a nation. Football is more than just a sport in Nigeria, it's a way of life. And at the heart of Nigerian football is the Super Eagles, the national team that has captured the hearts of millions, their skill, passion, and dedication. But have you ever wondered how it all began? How did football become such an integral part of Nigerian culture and identity? Join us on a journey through the history of the Super Eagles, from the early days of Nigerian football to the team's modern day successes and challenges. We will explore the key events, players, and coaches that have shaped the team's history and examine the social, cultural, and economic factors that have influenced the development of Nigerian football. So let's get started on this exciting journey through the history of the Super Eagles. It's a story of passion, pride, and perseverance, and one that will inspire and delight football fans of all ages. The story of Nigerian football begins in the late 19th century when British colonizers introduced the game to the country. Initially, football was played by British expatriates and Nigerian elites who were educated in European-style schools. As the game gained popularity, it led to the establishment of an unofficial team, which was known among the West African countries as the Red Devils. They played other colonies in unofficial games during the 1930s. In 1945, the Nigerian Football Association was formed, and the official Nigerian national team was established in 1949. They played their first official international game against Sierra Leone in 1949, where they won the game with 2-0. They later went on a tour that same year to the United Kingdom. The team played warm-up games in England against various amateur teams, including Bromley, Dulwich Hamlets, Bishop Auckland, and South Liverpool. In a particular game against the Marine Cosby in the United Kingdom, the Nigerian Red Devils, who were still playing barefooted at the time, defeated the Marine Corps. Despite the progress made in the early days of Nigerian football, the sport faced numerous challenges: lack of infrastructure, inadequate funding, and poor organization hindered the development of the game, and Nigeria struggled to compete with other African countries. In 1960, after Nigeria gained independence, the name of the Nigerian national team was changed to the Green Eagles, in reference to the Nigerian state flag, as well as the eagle which adorns the country's coat of arms. The Nigerian national team first appeared in the African Cup of Nations in 1963, where they were drawn in a group with Sudan and the then United Arab Republic, although the Nigerian team did not advance to the next stage. The team's first major success was a gold medal in the second All-African Games in 1973, which was hosted in Lagos, Nigeria. The team went on to achieve third-place finishes in the 1976 and 1978 African Cup of Nations to follow. In 1980, Nigeria hosted the Africa Cup of Nations and also won their first Cup of Nations title that year in Lagos, with players such as Segun Odegbami, Best Ogedegbe, and led by Christian Chukwu. In the follow-up years in 1984, 1988, 2000, Nigeria reached the Cup of Nations final, losing to Cameroon. 3 of the 5 African titles won by Cameroon have been won by defeating Nigeria. Missing out to Cameroon on many occasions has created an intense rivalry between both nations. The 1988 Africa Cup of Nations was a special one, although narrowly losing out in the final to Cameroon. The team was welcomed back home in Nigeria following their heroics, and at a reception after the tournament, the the team's name was officially changed to the Super Eagles, which we know today. The 1988 Africa Cup of Nations tournament saw the rise of some Nigerian football legends, including Humphrey Edobo, Henry Nwosu, Rashidi Yekini, and Samuel Kwaraji, who died tragically the following year in 1989 following a congestive heart failure while playing a football match against Angola at the Lagos National Stadium. A sad day in Nigerian football history. The 1990s were a magical time for Nigeria football. A new generation of talented players emerged, led by the likes of J.J. Okocha, Nwankwo Kanu, Finidi George, and Daniel Mokachi. This golden generation of players brought unprecedented success to the Super Eagles. They won the Africa Cup of Nations in 1994 in Tunisia, and that same year they played in the World Cup in the United States for the first time after years of struggling to get there. One of the standout players of this generation was J.J. Okocha, a mercurial midfielder with incredible skill and vision. Okocha was the heart of the Super Eagles attack. I got the head, this shit, so I can make it down, so that can make it down, no, what you could get it, what I'm joy. You want to get it, what they join. Show that you're addicted to all else. They go for short life to your join. Or don't go for this like your boy game. Always pray to God, keep where don't we get. As I want the lot 36 million. Jidekwe Magi before you look it. The society is very bad. I bred the nasty feelings by smoking loud. They may lie you before you get that card. Make sure you hold your knife, you can always catch. I see, I saw. I see, so that I walk. I run on bow so I take my knife from my. I got the head, this shit, so that I can make it down, I want. Oh my God, they want go. I see, I saw. I see, so that I walk. I run on bow so I take my knife from my. Another key player was Nwankwo Kanu, a prolific striker who scored crucial goals for the Super Eagles throughout his career. Kanu's achievements on the pitch were matched by his dedication to charitable causes off the pitch. In 1996, at the Atlanta 96 Olympics, the Nigerian Olympic men's football team won the football event, winning gold medals at the Olympics, with the likes of Celestine Babayaro, Taribo West, Emmanuel Amunike, Tijani Babangida, Victor Ikpeba, Daniel Mokachi, Kanu Nwankwo, and J.J. Okocha. The success of the Super Eagles during this period had a profound impact on Nigerian society. Football became a source of national pride and unity, bringing together people from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds. Today, the golden generation of the Super Eagles is remembered as one of the greatest teams in African football history. Their legacy continues to inspire new generations of Nigerian players, and their impact on the sport will be felt for years to come. Today, the Super Eagles are a shadow of their former selves. The team has struggled to replicate the success of the golden generation and has faced numerous challenges on and off the pitch. Despite these challenges, the Super Eagles have shown glimpses of their former glory. The team has qualified for several international tournaments, including the World Cup and the African Cup of Nations, with their last major success in 2013, winning the African Cup of Nations in South Africa after an unbeaten run throughout the tournament, with the likes of John Obi Mikel, Efe Ambrose, Victor Nyama, Victor Moses, Ogenyi Onazi, Ahmed Musa, and Sunday Umba, who scored the winning goal in the final against Burkina Faso. The current Super Eagles team is made up of a talented group of players, including the likes of Samuel Chukwueze, Kelechi Iheanacho, Alex Iwobi, Moses Simon, Ademola Lookman, and Victor Osimhen. These players have the potential to lead the team to greatness, but they will need to overcome the challenges that have held the team back in recent years. Despite these challenges, the team's fans remain some of the most passionate and dedicated in African football. The fans have continued to support the team through thick and thin, and their energy and enthusiasm will be crucial in driving the team forward in years to come. As we look to the future, there is cause for optimism. The Super Eagles have a talented group of young players coming through the ranks. With the support of their passionate fans, the Super Eagles have the potential to become one of the top teams in African football once again. And so, our journey through the history of the Super Eagles comes to an end. From their humble beginnings to their current status as one of Africa's top footballing nations, the Super Eagles have come a long way. Throughout their history, the Super Eagles have achieved numerous milestones and successes. They have won the African Cup of Nations 3 times and have qualified for the World Cup 6 times. But the Super Eagles' impact goes beyond just their own field achievements. They have brought joy and pride to millions of Nigerians and have played a significant role in promoting unity and national identity, and will continue to inspire and unite millions of people around the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the Super Eagles. We hope you have enjoyed the ride and will continue to follow the team's journey in the years to come. Don't forget to like, comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on Nigerian history, culture, and identity.